Now let's implement the lead flow, right? So we create a flow where they can create leads, and then we'll implement the deal flow. So the team member is added, multi-tenant is set up, each one is able to see the data which they should be seeing. So let's continue. So we have a collection for leads. Let's see. So the lead collection. Now I want to add the capability for them to basically go to the leads and create a lead. So very simple flow. I'll go and create a page. Same thing, I don't want to create from scratch, so I'll just copy. Maybe let's copy from the team members page. Who can access? Admin and employee, both can access, right? And I'll just say create. Okay, so we are here. We can add the lead flow like we have added. Same way, we can create a pop-up. Now this time we will do it from a sub page. Okay, and then we'll display the list of leads. So I'll remove this data table and display a new data table. Here I'll say get data from collection. Which collection? Lead. Okay, so it will display all the leads. I don't want to display all the leads. I want to display the leads of the current logged in tenant, right? So I'll just choose this filter. So whenever a new record gets created, the tenant automatically get assigned to it. So that's why we are able to filter on the basis of tenant, right? Let's say I may choose to keep some filter. I want to choose the lead on the basis of name, on the basis of company, or on the basis of status. Okay, so and I can even download data. So this is all optional. So I just choose this first name, last name, company, email, status, and phone number, right? Edit, delete flow we can implement anytime. Okay, instead of add admin, I'll say add lead. Okay, let's say just change this to add lead, and this one we will remove. Now let's make it right aligned. Now let's create a model pop-up to create a new lead. Okay, so I'll go to my snippet. Same thing, I'll say add snippet, add new lead. Same thing, model collection we don't need to bind, and then I'll just say create. So it will create a model pop-up which will open on click of lead. So I'll say add lead. We need to put a collection form here, and then we need to go and then come back to add an event and bind those relevant events. So let's say close pop-up, which is fine. Okay, so we need to put a collection form here. So I'll say collection form. Now we need an add lead collection form. So I'll say lead, and this thing will go away. This thing will go away. Lead form. Okay. So let's go and create a few events, and then we'll come back here. Okay. If you want to increase the size of this model, so that is also supported. Okay, so you go to model dialog, in the dimension you say maximum width is 500. We can make it, let's say 750. Okay, so it's a bit wider, and let's say I can decrease this bit to call 6. Same thing here, I'll say 50%. So now these are here. Same thing, you can do all these things, and then lead status, right? So let's go and create an event, and then we'll come back here. So I'll add an event. So we need two events. One event is when this form gets submitted, so the data gets saved. Other is to open this lead form on click of add lead model pop-up. Okay, so first I'll say open add lead model pop-up. Simple, I just want to open this model pop-up. So I say open model, which model? Add new lead. That's all. Let's add one more event. Create new organization lead. Okay. Then I'll go here. In the collection, I'll just save data. The very first thing I want to do is to create a deal. Okay, only logged in user can do it. Lead created successfully, some error. Okay. After this, what I want to do, I want to close the model pop-up. I'll say close model. Then after that, I want to refresh the data table, which is down there, right? So I'll say, or maybe reload the page. Navigation, refresh page, which page? It's organization lead list page, the data table. Now let's bind these events to the snippets and to the button. Okay. Share organization, add new lead. So I'll just bind this, create new organization lead event, right? There are some borders which you want to remove. You can just remove these classes to make it a bit different. Okay. This is fine. I don't need this cancel button. That's all. Now change this button class to btn primary. Btn large. Create lead. Right. So now let's go to the page and bind this model pop-up event so that this pop-ups open up. Okay. Let's add lead. Go to the settings. In the event, I'll say add new organization lead. So the other one was coming selected because we have copied this page from the other page, right? So this is fine. Now let's link this page to the team snippet. So I'll go to the snippet. So we have two sidebars. One is for organization, one for team. So we will add it in both. So here in the leads, we added, take them to organization lead list page, which is fine. And for the other one also, we'll do the same. Take them to the organization lead list page. So this process is complete. Reload the page. This should work. So leads will take me to the lead list page. This is it. Okay. No lead created. Let's go and create a lead. So I'll say add lead. Okay. Some error. Okay. Let's see what is this error. We may have binded the wrong event. Okay, so we don't have to create new organization lead. Actually, we need to open the lead pop-up. So we have binded the wrong event. So that's why the error. So I'll go here again, reload the page, and click add lead. So the model pop-up opens up. So I'll say, okay, so I can choose hot lead, warm lead, cold lead. So let's say I say hot lead. I'll say create. So it has closed the pop-up and shown the success message. Probably this is not loaded. So we can add a page load button, or maybe there is some issue. Okay. So the lead got added. Same thing, we can add more lead. Now let's go and implement a deals page. Okay. So now I'll go back and create a new page, which is a deals page. So we will display deals probably in form of cards rather than in form of table. And then we'll come back here. So I'll say organization deals list. I'll say copy from existing. This time copy from organization lead list page. Only admin and employee can access it, and then create. So now this got created. Instead of add lead, we'll make it to add deal. Okay, which is fine. Now we don't need all this. We probably, let's change this layout a bit. I'll just remove this. Okay, row is fine. Maybe I want to display deals in the form of some cards, maybe some 4 or 5 category. Okay, so what I'll do, drop a column. So I'll drop a column. I'll say which is 3 by 4. Let's build 4 columns. So 3 by 4, which is 25% width, 1 column, 2, 3, 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. Now we want to display all the deals in form of cards. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll drop a data component, but before dropping a data component, we need to create filters to basically bring deals on the basis of some specific status. So let's drop a heading first, and then just see what all deals we want to display. So here I want to display, let's say, qualified deals, only qualified deals. So I'll just change some things here. So font I'll reduce to probably 20, okay, maybe 24. And color I'll change to font, maybe let to into something else, not looking good, too bold. Yeah, this is fine. Let's change. Okay, this is fine. Then probably make it center line, then add some background color. Okay, it's a qualified lead. Maybe add some radius, border radius 2 pixel, then border width, so all side 1 pixel. Okay, 2 is too less, so let's say radius is 15. Okay, so it looks a bit rounded. So these are the qualified leads. I just duplicate. These are I don't remember what status is here. Let's say one was qualified, one is discovery. Okay, then duplicate, one is demo, then negotiations. Okay, so these are 4 different type of deals we have. Now let's go and create filter to basically bring this type of data. So we'll go to the collection, go to the deal collection, and let's create filters. So I want to bring the deals which are of this tenant and has a particular status. So I'll go to the configuration and create a filter. So the very first filter is organization deals qualified. So private is fine, created date is fine. Okay, so special category is not allowed. I'll just remove it. Ascending, descending, you can choose. Find all matching data. What is the condition? I'll say bring me all the data where deal status is in list qualified, right? This is fine. Add one more condition, and organization is equal to current logged in user organization. Okay, so we are saying bring me the deals where status is equal to qualified and organization is equal to current logged in user organization. Save, create filter. Now let's add one more filter, deals which is in discovery call. Same thing, find all matching data, add condition, what condition? Deal status in list discovery, then another condition, and deal organization is equal to current logged in user organization. Okay, that's all. So I just created 2 filters, we will create more. Okay, so now come back to the page. Before coming to the page, let's create a model pop-up to create a new deal, and then events to basically save the deal, and an event to open that model pop-up. These 2 things, right? So first I'll go and create an events. Before that, we will need to create a snippet. So I'll add a snippet, model organization, create new deal. I'll just change the title, create new deal. Okay, here bind the event to close the model pop-up. Let's say close pop-up, and drop a collection form to create a deal. Collection form, which collection? Deal collection. Event and all these things we will come back here in a moment. Right, so now let's go to events. Add event, open deals creation model. Very simple event, we can just open model. Which model? Organization, create new deal. That's all. Let's add one more event. Save new deal. So here we want to do couple of things. When the deal is getting created, we say save data, which is in the lead collection, secured, deal created, error. Okay, let's say we want to bind a constructor like we discussed, right? So let's go to the collection and create a constructor for this. So I want all my deals to start from the qualified status. Okay, I'll go to the settings, go to the constructor, create a constructor, deal qualified constructor. Okay, this we don't have to select, name we don't have to select, deal size we don't have to select. We say only when it's creating, the status should be qualified. That's all. Go back to the event. In the save, we will edit this, and in the constructor we'll say deal qualified constructor, so that we don't have to take the deal status from the user. Save. This is done. After it, we will just close the model and then reload the page. Refresh section is not working for some reason, so I'm just reloading the page. Okay, so this is fine. Now let's go to the page and display all deals. So the very first thing we need here is in the event, I'll say open deal creation model, right? This is fine. And here we display the data, what exactly we want to display. So we'll go to the components and say data group. So this time I want to display deals in the form of cards. It's a bit tricky. Get content from collection, which collection, from deal collection, and then filter which deals, the deal which are in qualified phase. Okay, I don't need all these filters, I'll just remove it. Okay, and let's put this data group in the right position. So I go to the layer, so data group is inside row, it should be inside this column. Pagination I don't need, we can load more data is needed. Yeah, so I just put it inside the column and move the heading towards the top, right? So now it is correct. So here you see a lot of data coming up. We'll just display the deal name. When I say deal, name of the deal, which is name, maybe size of the deal, and let's say the lead email address. I'll say lead email. That's all. I don't need all these options. I can add these options if needed. So basically, maybe I want to display the details, so then we can do, right? I can remove these extra padding, so let's just occupy the complete area. For now, we can basically change the deal status using this. So let's say change status, that we can implement later. Now let's go and add the deals link here for both, for the user and for the organization. So I'll go to the snippet. Here I'll go to the deals and link it to the deals page. Organization deals list, which is fine. Same thing for the team member. In the deals, I'll go to and click deals list. Logout, we can bind it to a logout event. Okay, so this is it. Now let's go relate this page. So this deals link should start working. So click deals, this is working. We are on a deals page, no deals, nothing. Okay, let's add this same data group to other sections also. We can in fact hide this load more result because it's not needed, and by default we can display maybe 50, 60, 100 leads. So by default it's 10. Let's make it 20 so that it scroll should not come up, right? Now we need the same data group, so I'll go here and then add one more data group. Don't need all these things, I can just remove data group. What is needed, we just need the content from collection, which collection, deal collection, and then which filter, discovery, the deals which are in discovery phase, right? We don't need this, we don't need this. We need the name of the deal, same thing, collection deal, name of the deal, the deal size, and maybe one more thing, which is the lead email. Lead email. Let's change this. Let's keep the paragraph. So come back again. Deal name is fine. This is deal size, and this is, so basically just to make sure that the UI is same. Lead email, right? This card I'll just move, change status. Okay, so now we have this data filling up, right? Let's reload the page. We can change this loading icon if needed. So I can go to the settings, app settings, and change the loading icon to something else. So I go to loading icon, by default it's like this. Maybe we can make it spinner. Date, that's all. So I go reload the page. Okay, now it's a spinner. So now let's go and add a new deal. So here I'm adding a deal. Deal status we can remove from the form. We can just do a couple of changes here. So let's go to the deal form and then we'll come back here. So we go to the snippet, and in the model, add new deal. Maybe we'll just beautify it a bit. Okay. So collection form is fine. I don't need border, so I'll remove the border class. Deal status I don't need because you remember we are getting the deal status from the constructor which we created. So this I'll move on the top, that for which lead this deal is, then the name of the deal and deal size. Submit button, I'll change these classes to bootstrap classes. Let's say btn primary, btn lg. Change the status to default is to create deal. Right, this we don't need because this is just duplicate. We already have a label here. Okay, that's all. So it is a bit different now. Let's go and add deal. So the pop-up is different. So lead, I'll say trap code. Name of the deal is, let's say, trap code deal, and the deal size is $10,000. So I'll just say create deal. It will save the data and reload the page, and this deal should go into qualified column. Okay, we have not binded the event. So this is another mistake which we have done. So let's go to the collection form and bind the event. We did create the event, but I think we forgot to bind it. So I go to the collection form. Yes, the event was not binded. So create new organization lead. That's all. So when you are moving to the layer, you need to make sure that you are at the right layer. So as of now, we are not. So here you can see the layer, right? This is form which is showing up. So this is model body. So you need to make sure you go to the right layer. I'll come back here, add a new deal again, lead trap code deal size is, let's say, $30,000. Let's create deal. So the data got created. Okay, the message is a bit wrong. It is actually deal. Okay, and the page should reload and we will be able to see the deal in the qualified if the filter is working correctly. So looks like the filter is not working correctly. So let's go and check the filter. So the deal got created, organization got assigned, everything is fine. Status not got created. Maybe there's some issue with the event. Create new organization. Deal, actually, it should be deal. So this looks fine. Let's go to the collection, go to the configuration, check the filter. So all items, final matching data where tnet ID. Okay, so let's create one more filter. Let's say tnet qualified leads. Okay, so I think this is working fine since the status is not qualified. So maybe that's why we are not seeing the data. Let's just try and change the data. Maybe the filter is working fine. Okay, so I'll go to the deal because the constructor didn't work for some reason. We need to check. Then let's change it to qualified. So let's reload the page. So the deal is showing up. So basically the issue is with the constructor. Okay, so let's go to the constructor and check what happened. Saying, okay, deal status qualified. It should have worked. I don't know. We have assigned it properly. Deal size, lead. Okay, for now I'll just ignore it. Okay, so now the deal got created. So I can go to lead. Let's create one more lead. Some lead status, warm lead, create lead. So now we have two leads created. If I go and try to add a deal, I should be able to see both these leads. Maybe in the lead, so basically in the deal pop-up, we can create a status, right? Because the constructor didn't work, maybe some issue with the model, or yeah. So now the form already exists. We just need to add field to the form, right? So what we will do, we will just drop a collection field. So I'll say collection field because we don't need all the things. We just need a field. What field it is, which is deal status. That's all. Okay, so now if I go and add a deal, I should be able to see the deal status also. So here I can say Google, name is Google, deal size it, since it is Google, so it's bigger deal, status, let's say discovery. I'll say create deal. So now this should come up here. So this is here, this is here. If you go and create more data, it is trap code, name is Apple, deal size some 300,000, qualified, create deal, it should come up here. Okay, you can beautify it as you want. You can add space, you can add color, you can make it like how we don't have the capability to drag and drop. That is something which is definitely coming in the future. But yeah, now we have the dashboard working, we have the leads working, deal working, team members working, profile working, logout working. So in a nutshell, all the basic things are working. Now let's work on the multi-tenant part where we want the capability for a user to be able to part of multiple tenants, right? And they should be able to switch tenants. So let's say there's a person and who is working with 5 different companies, maybe they have 5 different clients and they want to have one login and they want to switch clients. So let's see how that can be done. Okay, so this is a very basic use case of multi-tenancy where they can switch tenants. So what we'll do, we'll go and create one more tenant. Okay, we will just log out and then add one more tenant. So I'll say start for free. This time I've created a new tenant. Okay, so this is a tenant sign up form. A tenant will get created and a user will also get created. And the user will be a super admin, or not super admin, basically tenant admin, right? So we are logged in. If I go to leads and deal, I will not see anything because whatever we have created for some other tenant. If I go to team member, I will only see myself, or basically the person which we just created. If you go to trap code, let's go to the collection. Deal, all the deal are for some organization. If you go to organization, which basically tenant, so now we have one more tenant, which is this tenant. Let's give some name to the tenant. So I'll go to the profile, let's say Microsoft. Create profile, updated. If I come here, a tenant got created. Right now, let's say there is a team member which is part of both Trapcode and Microsoft. Let's say this is a user. Let's say we already have this user. Now I want this user to be part of Microsoft also. So what we can do, we can just invite, right? And let's see what happens. So I'll say add team member, and I'll just send an invite to this email, which already exists in the system. So here currently, if you see, it is part of just one organization, right? Now let's invite. Are you sure you want to add this team member? Yes. Team member added successfully, which is good. The team member got added, but now let's just reload this page. So here I can see team is actually part of two organizations. If I go and edit it, it's part of Trapcode and Microsoft. So this way they can be part of multiple organizations. Okay, and they are showing up here. Now I want the capability for this person to be able to switch tenant. So when they are creating a deal for Google, the deal should go in Google, or the lead in Google. But when they are creating for, not sorry Google, but the Trapcode, and if they're creating for Microsoft, it should go for Microsoft. So we need a capability for them to switch tenant. Okay, maybe somewhere here we give the capability to switch tenant. So let's do it. Before that, let's just display the tenant and the user here so that we can see it much better. So I go to the dashboard, to the components, just drop a two column layout, put a heading. Okay, say display get content from logged in user, get the organization name, right, which is the tenant. I'll just make it a bit make some background color, just make it a bit fancy. Okay, border radius of 1 pixel, which is good. Sorry, it's not border width. Yeah, border is fine, black is fine. Then I want to give them some radius, which is, let's say, 15 pixel. Okay, so all the side. So this is organization name, and I want to display the user also, that who is the logged in user. So I'll say get value from logged in user, the email, which is the username, right? So we know who the user is. So it's Microsoft, login with micro@email. Okay. Now we need the capability for them to switch tenant if they are part of multiple tenant, right? So what we'll do, we'll drop a section, it's a 4-column layout, and go and find this component, switch tenant. Can you see the switch tenant, which is a component which basically brings the tenant from the person and then just switches it, right? Help you basically decide. And we need to bind an event, right? So let's go and create an event for switch tenant. I'll go to the event, switch tenant, create. Now in multi-tenant, we'll go to switch tenant event. So it is showing me that, okay, what exactly you want to do. And it is, if basically this, we have another capability where you can have multiple roles. So you can basically redirect person on the basis of which tenant they go. So let's say in one tenant they are admin, another tenant they are maybe a regular team member. So probably you want to redirect into different pages. That is something which we'll cover in some other video. Say, are you sure when you're switching tenant? switch tenant some error. Okay, I've just created a message. Let's go and proceed here. So now they are only part of Microsoft, so they are only seeing Microsoft. Okay, let's go and assign an event, and I'll just assign the event which is switch tenant. That's all. So they are already on Microsoft, so I don't see there will be any difference. But let's log in from the other person who is part of multiple tenants. So I'll just log out. Probably logout is not working because we have not added logout to the organization. We've just added the logout for the team members. So I'll go to the collection, pick the email of the other person who is part of multiple tenant, and let them switch tenant. So this person is part of two tenants, two organizations. So just log in from this person. Login. So now here you see it is showing multiple tenant. We can actually display the current logged in tenant, and here they are able to they can switch tenants. Okay, now let's just display their current tenant to which they are logged in, right? So instead of bringing it from user, and user will have is part of multiple organization, let's bring it from logged in organization. What is the name of the organization or the tenant to which this person is logged in? Okay, so let's go reload. So as of now I am logged in Trap code, right? And I can switch to Microsoft. Let's first go and add a lead to Trap code. So I'll say add lead, some status. Okay. So if I go to the collection, the lead should get added. It is added to organization. Which organization? If you want to see, it is added to, this is the ID, but yeah. Now let's go and go to the dashboard and switch tenant from here. Let's say I am already worked for Microsoft or right now I want to switch to Microsoft. So I'll just say switch tenant. Yes. Now the tenant got switched. I am still on dashboard, but now I am logged in for Microsoft with the same email. If I go and add a lead, Microsoft has no lead, right? Lead status, let's say hot lead. So lead will get created and Microsoft will be able to see this lead. But if I switch to some other tenant, I will not be able to. Right. So this lead got added. Here, if you go in the collection, there will be one more lead. Now this lead is part of some other tenant. Right. And let me, so I am here working at Microsoft. I go back to dashboard, or we can actually put that switch tenant button on the header. So you can basically switch from everywhere. I go to Trap code. If I go to the list page, now I am logged in for Trap code. If I go to the list page, I am able to see leads of Trap code. So here it is, which is different from what we saw from Microsoft. So I'm basically able to be part of multiple tenants. I'm able to switch tenant, able to create data, work for the tenant. So this typically happens when someone is part of multiple organization, or when you want to invite people which are outside of organization to see your data. So you can invite them as team member, irrespective of whether they are already added to the software by some other tenant or not. So they can access it and they can be able to switch it. We have much more advanced capabilities where we can show a list on when they log in, show a complete list where they can decide to which tenant they want to go, which page they land on for which particular tenant. All of this we'll cover in some other video. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you again in the next video. Bye bye.